Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News Update. Hunter New England Health says there could be undetected cases of COVID-19 in the Greater Maitland, Raymond Terrace, Williamtown and Medowie areas. The health service says viral loads higher than anywhere else in the state have been detected in the sewage from these areas. Meanwhile, public health physician Dr David Durheim says there's a number of venues of concern in Maitland.
We know that there have been at least 3 important venues where there's been transmission of the virus, including the Christian school, the Sudania restaurant and Green Hill Shopping Centre, particularly the Guzman Gomez at the Green Hill Shopping Precinct.
Derby Raj at Cooks Hill has also been listed as a close contact site after being visited by a positive COVID case for a few minutes on Wednesday evening, the 4th of August. Meanwhile, casual contact times have been notified for pet quarters at Broadmeadow, BWS at Jesmond, Chemist Warehouse at Mayfield and the Jesmond Fruit Barn. Police are stepping up their appeal for information into the disappearance and suspected murders of Robin Hickey and Amanda Robinson almost 40 years ago. Separate rewards of $1 million each are being offered for information which helps solve the cold cases. 18-year-old Robin was last seen at a bus stop on the Pacific Highway at Belmont North on April 7, 1979. 2 weeks later, 14-year-old Amanda went missing after attending a school dance at Gateshead. Police Minister David Elliott says someone knows what happened to the 2 girls.
This increase in the reward to $1 million for each of the investigations will hopefully spark the conscience of somebody who knows anything about the disappearance of these 2 teenage girls.
Police say a fire which destroyed a bakery at Cardiff early today appears to have been an accident. Around 30 firefighters from 6 stations were called to the Cardiff Bakehouse on Main Road just before 1:30 this morning. They fought for 90 minutes but were unable to save the 2-storey building. Police say there were staff at work at the time and the fire was the result of a mishap. All workers managed to escape unharmed. Hunter Aboriginal groups are calling on the federal government to prevent the expansion of the Glendale coal mine. The proposed expansion would destroy land which is culturally significant to the Wonnarua people. In 1826, the Wonnarua people fought and died to protect their land, and now their descendants have asked the government to do the same. Greens MP David Shoebridge says it's in the government's hands whether the land is destroyed or not.
The question we're asking is, when we look back at what happened in 1826, the way in which the state actually intentionally inflicted a course of terror and violence against First Nations people and did not give justice. The question is, 195 years on, will the Australian government now actually deliver justice and protect the landscape and this history to tell the truth about the Frontier Wars?
Maitland Council is reintroducing initiatives which helped ease the burden on residents last lockdown. Easing rate interest fees and lease payments are expected to help businesses hang on. The Food Assistance Network program is operating and Maitland Neighbourhood Centre will be providing up to $20,000 in financial aid. Mayor Loretta Baker is encouraging the community to support local business while adhering to the health orders.
Encouraging people to buy local, support local, and doing a big social media campaign of who's open and what's available in the hope that people, and they did last time, people were amazing. They were very responsive, that people will order takeaways and pick them up from collection point.
2NURFM Sport.
The Knights are back into the NRL top 8 after a gutsy 16-14 win over the Sharks. Despite scoring first in a season record 36 seconds, Newcastle had to duke it out with the gritty Cronulla side. Coach Adam O'Brien says his spine led the team well.
I thought that they played a big part in the second half, especially when we're in the field position battle, that they played a huge part of that. They controlled the game pretty well, especially Kalen. He was so busy in the second half through that middle.
They will, however, be without Origin star Daniel Safiti for an indefinite period after he picked up a medial knee injury. The prop had his left knee twisted in the 69th minute and limped from the field soon after. Scans will determine the extent of the injury and his return date. And Greater Greyhound trainer Michael Lill believes a measured approach has been key for the form of brothers More Sauce and Casual Glance. The former is looking for a win tonight at Maitland after breaking the first section track record last week. Casual Glance also took out its 3rd win in a row at the Gardens on Friday. And the winning numbers in Weekend Lotto are 9, 13, 19, 3, 28 and 24, and the supplementaries are 29 and 35. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.